At the dawn of civilization, trade was simple: grain for gold, silk for salt. But as markets grew, so did ambition. In 1602, the Dutch East India Company created the first public stock exchange, a revolutionary idea. Anyone could now own a piece of a voyage, a ship, or a dream. Yet, behind every promise of wealth, there was something darker: speculation, greed, and the first taste of financial illusion. The birth of trading was not just about commerce, it was about belief. Belief that numbers on paper could create real power. By the 18th century, London's coffee houses became temples of speculation. Men gathered over steaming cups, betting fortunes on the rise and fall of East India shares. It was here that modern capitalism found its voice, in whispers, rumors, and risks taken on intuition. The first brokers were gamblers, philosophers, and prophets rolled into one. Trading became more than a transaction, it became theater. In 1792, under a buttonwood tree in New York, 24 stockbrokers signed an agreement that would change history. The Buttonwood Agreement laid the foundation for what became the New York Stock Exchange. The world was entering a new age, the age of numbers, charts, and human emotion disguised as logic. Every bell that rang on Wall Street echoed human hope and fear. The 1920s, the golden decade of dreams. Ordinary people became investors. Stocks soared. Fortunes were made overnight. The American dream was alive until it wasn't. When the crash came in 1929, it shattered not only wealth, but faith itself. The illusion was exposed. Behind the charts were human hearts, fragile, reckless, and hopeful to the end. The 1980s brought a silent revolution: computers. Trading floors began to hum with data. Algorithms replaced intuition. But with every line of code, something human was lost. Markets moved faster than thought itself. The trader was no longer a man shouting into the phone. He was a mind battling a machine. Then came the internet. The stock market left Wall Street and entered living rooms. From E-Trade to Robinhood, millions joined the game. The market became a global casino, accessible, addictive, and deceptively simple. Everyone could now trade, but not everyone understood what they were trading. The illusion cracked again in 2008. Banks, once thought too big to fail, fell like dominoes. The world learned that behind the perfect system lay chaos and greed disguised as innovation. When markets bleed, it's not numbers that die, it's lives, homes, and trust. Out of the ashes rose something new: a rebellion, Bitcoin, a promise of freedom from banks, governments, and control. At first, it was a whisper on the internet. Then it became a roar. Crypto turned teenagers into millionaires and millionaires into believers. But was it innovation or another illusion wrapped in digital gold? Trading became social. Influencers replaced analysts. Platforms like TikTok and YouTube created financial celebrities, gurus who could move markets with a tweet. The line between education and manipulation blurred, and once again, millions followed a dream, sometimes blind, sometimes desperate, believing the next click could change their life. Today, more than 80% of global trades are executed by algorithms. Machines learn patterns faster than any human. Trading has become a digital battlefield where milliseconds mean millions. The trader of the future may not even be human. and the illusion of control may already be gone. But what drives it all isn't technology. It's human emotion, fear, greed, hope, regret. Every trade is a mirror of human nature. We chase the next high, the next win, believing that wealth can silence uncertainty. But the market doesn't care about feelings. It only reflects them. The next era is forming. AI traders that predict before we act, decentralized systems beyond any government, quantum computing that can simulate markets in seconds. It sounds like progress, but it raises a question. If machines trade for us and markets move without us, do we still have control, or are we just spectators of our own creation? Trading began as a dream, the dream of control, freedom, wealth. But somewhere along the way, it became a mirror of who we are, our desires, our fears, our illusions. Perhaps the true question is not whether trading is an illusion or a new era. Perhaps it's whether we can see the difference.